So I just came outside to play a little bit more ball with my puppies and check on how the turkeys are doing. So the only person that seems remotely interested in the turkeys are the puppies. Don't bite them. Yeah, they're probably faster than the puppies anyway. You better be nice to those turkeys. Those turkeys are going to get 4 times as big as you, and they'll remember what you do to them. So everybody's a baby in this engagement. But turkeys aren't all that scared of the puppies. I'm just kind of curious to see what they're going to do tonight. I opened their coop back up, but obviously it's been kind of permanently opened. The good side to that is it's inside a hay. Now the puppy wants to play with the turkey, and the turkey's not wanting to play. All right, hey, you guys need a ball thrown? There you go. Go get it. Oh, a little bit of a chicken fight over there. So oddly, normally when I release birds on purpose, the chickens come and beat the hell out of the new guys, and that's kind of the initiation around here. The chickens have sort of a hierarchical society, and they know their spot in it very, very well. And so they have to kind of figure out where the new birds belong, and it's almost always the bottom, but not always. And they just don't seem to be interested in that with the turkeys at all. They do not care that the turkeys exist at all. So that's a little weird. The puppies, of course, are very interested in the turkeys, and the turkeys are showing that they can get into the air, but probably not fly. So if the turkeys wanted to, they could be up on top of this thing. I don't know if they know that, but they could. And they're probably faster than the puppies on foot anyway. But our little puppy right there is wanting to play. It wants to chase the turkey and have the turkey turn around and chase him. But the turkeys are not interested in that whatsoever. Although there is one right there. They blend in really good. They don't look like they should. But if I didn't know there was a turkey right there, right at the end, I would not see that turkey. So that's a good thing. I don't think they keep this color pattern their whole life. I think this is something that they do when they're young, and then they kind of differentiate into that traditional turkey look that you're probably familiar with. Perhaps maybe you're not familiar with the fact that this isn't what the turkeys that you buy in the store look like at all. Those are completely white, and that is to keep them looking more appetizing. So if I was to eat one of these turkeys, if they were full grown, I would not be able to get all of the feather buds out of them. And so on the turkey skin, it would appear as if there were still feathers kind of like hanging on and stuff. And it's not as appetizing for the consumer. So they breed white turkeys, and so the pen feathers don't show. You still have them, but it doesn't look like you have them. So they look better. So these ones will not look like that. The other difference is the turkeys you buy from the store, they they top out at 20 pounds or so usually. These guys here should dress out at almost 40. So probably not something that I can even cook, to be honest with you. And that's why we got these guys. We were experimenting with different birds, seeing what we want to raise out here. I've got all this land, and I've got a lot of vegetation around here, and bugs and small critters like that, and a ton of fruit trees, and a lot of that just goes to waste. Well, drop your ball. There you go. All right, ready? There we go. This thing is awesome. So what I hadn't anticipated is they're friendly. They're really, really friendly. And most birds are when you're kind of fulfilling that mommy task of keeping them fed and protecting them and making sure they've got water and a safe place to be at night and all that other stuff. When you're doing that, they love you for it, or at least, you know, follow you around like a baby. But when they hit teenage years, just like in humans, they stop being so cuddly. They don't like you as much. They tolerate your presence, but that's pretty much the total length of it. So there. And that usually makes it a little bit easier to go, okay, well, I'm tired of you making a bunch of noise at 3 o'clock in the morning. I like to sleep, and you know what? I like turkey. And that's actually what's happened to a number of our roosters. They start off really sweet, really nice. Then they attack you while you're gardening and crow, make a ton of noise, try to wake you up at all hours of the day and night. And then you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not sure if I want chicken, but I don't want you around anymore, you know. And that's happened to several of our roosters. When they get aggressive with the smaller members of the family, it's kind of like, well, your welcome has been revoked. These guys are really friendly. This is uncommonly friendly, because I really haven't had a lot of interaction with them. Our first round of chickens, the very first chickens I ever got, I held them constantly. I hand fed each one of them. They were pretty good. They hit teenage years. They were like, I don't like you anymore. And so now I just put them in a brooder box and come by and feed them, make sure that, ooh! So this chicken off screen here flew up in the air and was trying to escape you, and it landed on him and he let out that squeak. So yeah, it was just play. But you do have to be kind of careful around new birds and big dogs. Ours did have one incident with basically what amounts to pack behavior. Something ran from them, they chased it, they caught it. They didn't really want to hurt it, but they're bigger than it was, and so we lost a chicken that way. But that was the only one. They don't seem to be interested in birds whatsoever anymore, and that's been for over a year now, maybe 2. So these guys are really safe. They're probably going to try to go right back into that coop at night. I've got the door open, although it looks like the wind may have shut it. And this whole area is patrolled by my dogs at night. They don't let deer get inside the fence, which is a good distance that way, and there's also another one way over there. But so they're pretty safe unless we have owls again, which there's very little I can do about that, beyond forcing everybody to be in a coop at night, which is a lot more trouble than you would think. And you're free ranging over several acres. Not everybody likes each other, especially with chickens. They're just mean creatures, aren't they? Well, actually, they're not being mean to you guys at all, because they don't want anything to do with you for some reason I haven't figured out yet. So when birds are this big and they have feathers like these guys do, they can probably fly. And so for a few months here, before these guys get too big, they're probably going to be able to fly. We actually have wild turkeys out here where we're at. Not in this season, but in other seasons that I've seen them. And they're not overly fond of flying either. They like to run around the ground, and they fly only when my car gets way too close and they're trying to pick at stuff that's on the road. So I'm guessing that these guys won't be too excited about flying, and they don't seem to be at all interested in ranging from their coop either, which is interesting as well. Our chickens will leave the front gate, which is 300 foot that direction, and yeah, we don't actually incentivize them to do so. But that one time I threw corn out there because I thought the deer were eating it and I wanted to catch them on camera. And the next morning my Ring camera was going crazy because there was 20 chickens out in the front of the house. Man, that is a weird looking cloud. Keep getting rained on because of this weird, like, misty cloud here. Uh-oh. Oh, one of the roosters is chasing one of the chickens. Oh, here comes Dad. That's Dad. That's his son. He protects all of the hens from mating with his kids. And see, they're totally ignoring the chickens. Or the turkeys are getting totally ignored by the chickens. See, they're practicing their flying. You got to build up your wing muscles pretty good before you can fly. Come on, you. There we go. Squeak, squeak. Well, they stay in a herd pretty good, though. All right. Oh, here we go again. Be careful, puppies. Those are roosters. They might not be as nice as the turkeys are to you. Hey, turkeys. Did you wanna come up here? Squeak, squeak, squeak. Yep, we're just trying out things, seeing if there's something on the ground that maybe we'd like to eat. You guys hang out with the chickens, you'll figure out where all the good spots are. So, yeah, just wanted to check on my turkeys. It's really good that they're staying put while I figure out what I want to do with that coop. Last throw, buddy? All right, here we go. Real good one. And there it goes. Peep, peep, peep. Yep, you guys are still making baby sounds. Yes, you are. Peep, 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 peep. I don't particularly like birds more than anything else, but they are sure cute when they're little. Until they start making a ton of noise. That's mostly directed at you, the hen. Our hens are super loud. And here we go. She's gonna figure out where she wants to go to get into the tree. All right, hey, I'll come over and see you too, Tom. We'll see how we're doing on water anyway. It should have been today where we get the fill up. I know, you still got a ton of water. Yep, you still got water in your cups too. Oh, but you're low on food. All right, well, we'll get you some food and, ooh. You stay back, puppy. So, as you can see, Tom has gotten very defensive of the nest. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go in there without the puppies. But Tom doesn't like small things anyway, especially small fuzzy things. Do you, Tom? He still runs from me, though. I can go in there and she gets off the nest and he runs off. Yeah, so much for being a vicious goose, huh? Yeah. Well, you just know that I would pick you up if you bit me, though, huh? Yep, you would get picked up and petted. All right, I have to put the puppies inside if I want to go in there, apparently. All right. Good video, turkey.